per square foot. You can now relocate your business to National Industries Park office buildings. A prime location close to the Jebel Ali Port and Free Zone, Al Maktoum Airport and the Expo 2020 Dubai site. Connecting your value chain in a thriving industrial ecosystem and prepare your business for tomorrow. Call 800-52-392 or visit MIP.ae to book your space.
Turn right on Street 9. In 100 meters, turn right on Street 3. Then at the roundabout, take the third exit.
That's with Shiraz Sethi, who's Regional Head of Employment at Denson's Middle East. That's Bodhi on the agenda from 10 a.m.
Have you tried the new ice cream range from Igloo? Igloo Rosetta has tempting flavors that are simply irresistible. Indulge in creamy and delectable combinations.
Turn right on Street 9.
Spoon into golden ribbon, chocolate and vanilla ice cream with caramel sauce, or try mango tango, luscious mango ice cream with sweet mango sauce. There is raspberry ripple as well. Creamy vanilla ice cream.
In 100 meters, turn right on Street 3. Then at the roundabout, take the third exit.
Sweeter. Igloo, UAE's #1 ice cream brand.
Turn right. Then at the roundabout, take the third exit on Street 3.
This summer, and we're not just talking about the weather. From the mythical islands of Crete and Santorini to the vibrant city of Nice on the French Riviera, our new summer destinations have everything you've been dreaming of, with fares as low as $895.
At the roundabout, take the third exit on Street 3.
Etihad, choose well.
The ARN News Centre reports on the facts you need, when and as they happen.
We help you stay up to date with local, national and global news stories that could impact your life.
It's why 4 million people nationwide consider us the UAE's most trusted source of information.
Download the ARN
In 100 meters, turn right on Al Seedoff 1 Street.
App Store.
Hey man, what's up? Trading with AvaTrade. But you're telling me you broke, so I have AvaTrade Go.
Turn right on Al Seedoff 1 Street.
So I can trade anytime from anywhere. Wow, tell me more. AvaTrade enables you to trade currency.
In 300 meters, use the left 2 lanes to turn left on D86 First Al Khail Street.
And make profits from the ups and downs of the market. So how do I get started? Visit avatrade.de today and become the Usain Bolt of trading. Trading carries significant risk and may result in loss of capital.
This is a public service announcement for all lovers of sport. The chances are most of you aficionados out there will already be aware of Extra Time at the weekends, the fast-paced, debate-driven show hosted by Tom Urquhart and his intrepid team of sporting anoraks every Saturday at Lock, Stock and Barrel between 3 and 6 p.m. On the off chance that you fall into the small minority who weren't, well, consider yourself brought up to speed. Extra Time at the weekend, only on Dubai 103.8, your home of sport in the UAE.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye on One.
With Checkout.com, flexible payments platform and local expertise for the digital economy.
It is 8:21 in the morning. It's time for us to have a look at what's happening on the markets.
The markets on Dubai Eye 103.8.
With Dubai Islamic Bank Business Banking, open a DIB rewards account and make your business rewarding every day. #ready for business.
Yeah, keep this one quick because there's not a lot happening on the markets. Down a bit in Tokyo, up a bit in Shanghai, and overnight on Wall Street. One of the flattest days we've seen in quite a long time. All the markets were lower, but only by a few points. The stock markets, it seems, are taking a breather. What about commodities?
Commodities.
This morning it's up 10 cents, but we're pretty range bound in the $108, $109 area. Why is that? There does seem to be a little bit of caution on the part of traders, fair about where the US economy is going. You're listening to the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye on One.
Live at PwC's Dubai Experience Centre. Imagine, design and build.
Right, let's get some more on our special feature this morning, which is aviation, and it is booming. We have had the guys from Emirates tell us that they're back to about 85% of capacity. Dubai Airport's back to 75% of capacity. But Flydubai is way ahead of that. Flydubai, the airline based here in Dubai, is well ahead of 2019 capacity with, they say, 8,500 departures per month scheduled across Flydubai.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left on D86 First Al Khail Street.
I'm delighted to say now, it's going to engage the CEO of Flydubai.
In 400 meters, keep keep right to D63 Sukim Street.
Even pre-pandemic levels. Does that surprise you?
Use the right 2 lanes to keep right to D63 Sukim Street.
Has stabilized after a few months of the start of the pandemic. Now we are back to normal, and we've been back to normal now for a long time. And I think every one of us here should be very proud of that, because it's a teamwork. Everybody is involved. We're living here in the country, the residents, local. When you see queues around the world, especially at the airports, where people can't get through, holidays cancelled, and all these photos that you see now, and you look around us here in the United Arab Emirates and Dubai, you've never heard about that. Thank God for that. And it is because of the hard work, and that's why I'm not surprised that actually inside Dubai we are growing, that things are smooth here, because we put in a lot of hard work in this country to make things smooth and successful.
But let me pick up on that, James, because I was on holiday a couple of weeks ago. I went to Israel, flew into Tel Aviv with your airline, Fly Dubai, and DXBL.
Turn right. Then use the left lane to keep left to D63 Sukim Street.
Is struggling at the moment. Just an hour and 45 minutes to check in and then get through security. There's nothing an airline like you or any other airline can do about that. And I've used Ben Gurion as one example.
Use the left lane to keep left to D63 Sukim Street.
Just now uncope with this when you know some of those 1 and 2 destinations that you're flying to are facing significant challenges.
In 1.9 kilometers. Exit E44 north in direction of Zabil.
James, let's talk about the supply. The demand is there, clearly, but meeting the supply can be challenging, and yet you've managed to expand your fleet over the last 3 years. You're an all-Boeing 737 single-aisle fleet. You've now got 68 aircraft. How do you manage to achieve that when we know that Boeing has faced challenges with its 737 MAX aircraft over the past few years, regardless of the pandemic?
Well, as I said,
In 1 kilometer. Exit right.
So we knew from the beginning that things will come back, and as we see it in the ground, things are coming back very strong. So we managed to sort of forecast that these things will happen. In July, for example, when we first the pandemic started, we were very grateful to our workforce who accepted to remain with us and take an unpaid leave. Majority, almost 97% of the people who went to leave stayed actually, because the commitment to the country, the commitment to fly Dubai. So to bring them back to the pandemic, it was just, like
Use
that,
the right
very
2
good.
lanes to exit right to E44 north in direction of Zabil.
We also, during the last couple of years, we've taken and taking the rest of this year over 33 new aircrafts. And so we planned this ahead of time. We reported ahead of time. And, we are, as I said, grateful, not only because we were ready, but we are very grateful that the airport, for example, is ready. The police are ready. The immigration are ready. Because without all of this teamwork that we have around us here in the country, we will not be ready to be both
let me talk to you about the World Cup that's happening in Qatar in just a few months' time. Last time you and I spoke, we were in Doha. Ahead of that, we went 30 flights a day going from Dubai into Doha for that. What kind of demand have you seen? Is it
Very,
from
very strong
UAE
demand.
to
Very strong demand. Very strong demand. Especially days, for example, when Wales is playing or England is playing, we have certain flights that are already full. Because we have other flights, still plenty of seats to sell to occupy.
Continue straight for 7 minutes to exit 27D 68 north in direction of Deira.
Shuttle, you have position United Arab Emirates as a place where people can resign during this time and go back and forth again. The demand has been incredible.
Last question, Gabe, in terms of those World Cup flights. Sadly, the UAE didn't make it. Came so close with a last-minute defeat to Australia in the qualifiers. Who are you going to be cheering for, Gabe? When you get your calendar out for November and December, which
Do you ever feel like there's just not enough hours in the day for your
Keep
business?
left to exit
Then you need
27D68
Soho.
north in
It's a
direction of
software
Dara.
suite of over 45 business apps that let you automate everything and run your entire business online for only 135 dirhams per employee per month. Save time and money.
Continue
and grow
straight
your
for 6
business
minutes to
into a
D62
money-making
in
machine.
direction of Al
Visit
Sharjah.
Zoho.com/1 or call 800 Soho to book a free consultation today.
There's more to come on the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye on One.
With DP World, a global trade enabler offering innovative, efficient and smarter trade solutions. Log on to dpworld.ae for more information.
This year is different. You've come a long way. You've fought hard. You've faced financial difficulty. You've lost people you loved. But you've been brave. You've come out of this stronger. You believe that beyond uncertainty, there is hope. When you imagine the future, you see a
direction of Al Sharjah.
At the beginning of the year, there's still a huge financial benefit in buying a property rather than renting that same.
In 1.8 kilometers, exit to D62 in direction of Hada.
And I like what they're doing because you've used the parallel of the real estate market in the United Kingdom, where you and I both from. In 1972, now I suspect I'm the only person in this room at the moment who was actually born in 1972, but nevertheless, you've been printed with numbers. The point I'm trying to make is, should you buy in a rising market or a market that's hit some peaks? Talk to me through this.
In 1 kilometer,
Yeah, so
use the right 2 lanes to exit right.
I'll talk about the 70s anyway. The reason I think it's interesting to talk about the 70s in the UK, and it's not because I'm trying to draw a direct comparison. There's many variable factors that are different here compared to what happened in the UK property market in the 70s. But I do think it's interesting when you consider that people today, residents, are faced with that binary choice. They either buy or they rent. And most of the time, they associate the risk that is attached to buying. They think, if I get it wrong, I'm going to lose. But there's also a downside to getting the decision wrong. If you can buy and you decide to rent instead, there's also risk. Now, to go to what happened in the 70s, let's look at what people were making.
Exit right to D62 in direction of Hada.
1972, the market had risen in the 2-year period by 40%. So in the first 2 years of the 1970s, it rose by 40%. In the summer of 1972, as today, buyers were
In 600 meters,
rates are on
use the
rise.
left 3 lanes to
Inflation is
keep left to
rising.
D62 in direction of Al
They
Warqa.
were right. There was a stagflation period from 1973 to 1976. Rising interest rates, rising unemployment, low economic growth. But what happened is on the back of a 40% increase, the market
Keep left to
rose again.
D62 in direction of Al Warqa.
38%. And by the end of the decade, it was 372% higher than it was at the start of the decade. That's 4.7 times
In 2.3 kilometers,
for a property.
exit to E311 in direction of Al Sharjah.
1970. So the economic conditions were very challenging in the 70s. I wasn't there, but from everything
Brilliant. Being this down.
from everything that I've read, stagflation is not a great recipe, but it doesn't mean that the property market is going to take a hit. And the people in 1972 that decided to rent rather than buy,
Speed camera reported ahead.
it's gone up 40%. What
In
was up must
1.5
come down.
kilometers,
That was a pretty bad decision.
use the right 3 lanes to
Eventually
exit
get it
right.
correct. They got
Then
it
keep
right.
left.
The market did crash in 1990, 20 years later. So it crashed by 20%, but it was still significantly higher than where it was. So I think people would be wrong to watch the headlines and think that this is the worst inflation we've had for 40 years, and then assume that that means that automatically the market is going to crash, because that's not necessarily going to happen.
The other numbers you've been printing, let's get back here in the market. Down in the green, okay, typical apartment, 3 bed. You said the other maths that people are doing is, what's my monthly or annual cost of renting a 3 bed apartment versus taking out a mortgage and paying my repayments. And you say that nice 3 bed apartment in the marina, 230k a year at the moment. And if you get a mortgage, your monthly repayments will be not quite half that, but significantly less.
Yeah, so to bring this choice that people are faced with to a more local level, I looked at a property that we rented within the last couple of days. A 3-bed property in Dubai Marina with a great view.
Exit right.
upgraded,
Then use the left 2 lanes to keep left to E311 in direction of Al Sharjah.
That same tenant could have bought that property for 3.3 million. Now everyone's got that choice. The financial
Use the left 2 lanes to keep left.
3.3 million.
Then use either lane to keep left to E311 in direction of Al Sharjah.
That we now have. You would pay 99,000 in interest in your first year. It would come down every year thereafter, and you'd pay 32,000 for your service charge. This is the money you don't get back, which is effectively comparable to the rent. So they had a choice: pay 130,000 dirhams for interest and service charges, which you won't see again.
Use either lane to keep left to E311 in direction of Al Sharjah.
That people have a choice, but obviously not everyone has got the deposit, not everyone's got the means to buy into the market. What needs to happen to make it more accessible at these higher prices for
Yeah.
those who do want to get involved?
So you're right, Brandy. When I say everyone's got a choice, really what I'm talking about is when it comes to the debate about should you buy, shouldn't you buy, I'm talking about people who have a choice because they, if they have the ability to buy and they choose not to do so, those are the people I'm talking about. But you're right, to make the market more accessible, we need more supply. We need prices to come down, we need cheaper options, and we need, the availability of credit is actually good.
Continue straight for 11 minutes to exit 71E11 in direction of Ajman.
Question, it's not really our market, so I'm not so familiar with that, but of course that'll be a much cheaper option than buying or renting a one bed in Dubai Marina.
But in some ways, the dynamics are similar. One bed in the Central City, 3 million dirham apartment in Marina, or a 100 million dirham property on the Palm. Fundamentally, in many ways, the dynamics of rent versus buy there are parallels.
Yes, absolutely, and again, if someone has the ability to buy, they have the choice. This example in Dubai Marina, they could have bought it and paid 130,000 a year in interest and service charges, which they wouldn't get back. They chose to pay 230,000 in rent. Their rent is likely potentially to go up next year and up the year after. If they've fixed their 5-year mortgage, the interest rate is guaranteed to go down. Sorry, the interest payment is guaranteed to go down every year for that 5-year period, because interest obviously reduces over time.
John, good to talk to you. Appreciate your time this morning. Managing Director, Esmat Real Estate. Who are you going to put that from today?
Andrew Lyons, my twin brother, he's got the goods.
Happy days. Vote now. Who's better on the business breakfast this morning from 001? No, vote now, but do send in your questions. Right, let's do it.
Reporting traffic.
With McDonald's.
I'm working for UAE this morning. We have had that one incident on the E11 begin from North Emirates. It is very busy. It's by far the busiest road this morning as you head through Al Qusayr to the bottom of an airport runway. Other routes into the Northern Emirates, such as the airport tunnel, flowing much more freely as you travel.
Traffic.
With McDonald's.
The classic double cheeseburger. Hotter, juicier, and tastier. Order it now.
We are talking rental with the other Lions brother in just a moment. As rent rise so often too due to disputes between landlords and tenants. We're finding out now what your rights are if the landlord suddenly needs to. Okay, 4001. Use the message around for questions. Weather check.
With Air Arabia, fly direct from Sharjah and Abu Dhabi to Tbilisi and Baku, starting from 750 dirhams return. Book now at airarabia.com. T's and C's apply.
Starting out feeling fairly humid in the morning. Levels should drop below 50% by the afternoon. Expected the highs of 40.
This is the UAE's #1 club radio station.
There's more to come on the business breakfast on Dubai Eye on One. Stories that make you smile.
First Abu Dhabi Bank.
Known for bringing an adrenaline-like rush to even the most docile cats, has been discovered to have definite benefits. Japanese researchers found that when cats dig into catnip, high amounts of strong insect repellents are released. This means that the addictive behavior of our feline friends is protecting them from pests. So now you know why cats go wild for it.
Here's another reason to make you smile. With the first Abu Dhabi Bank travel card. Amazing travel benefits, welcome travel vouchers, free hotel stays, and car rental discounts. With the Fab Travel Card. Apply now on the Fab mobile app.
Get a head start on planning your summer getaway with Fly Dubai now. Catania, Mykonos, Naples, Pisa, Salzburg, and many more amazing destinations await. Make sure you book early at flydubai.com. Terms and conditions apply. Take a deep breath in. And imagine exclusive living in Rabia, a new community nestled within the woodlands of Mecca, the UAE's largest forested community in Sharjah. Picture being surrounded by more than 50,000 trees, 13 kilometers of fitness tracks, parks, youth zones, and a community hub with shops, cafes, fitness centers, and restaurants. Now breathe out. And call us on 800 ARADA or visit arada.com to book today. There's more to come on the business breakfast on Dubai Eye on One.
With Zurich International Life Insurance. Be ready for life. Visit zurich.ae.
In a city that's striding into the future. Be at the center of tomorrow. For as little as 49 dirhams per square foot, you can now relocate your business to National Industries Park office buildings. A prime location close to the Jebel Ali Port and Free Zone, Al Maktoum Airport, and the Expo 2020 Dubai site. Connect to your value chain in a thriving industrial ecosystem and prepare your business for tomorrow. Call 800 52392 or visit FIP.ae to book your space.
CAS Business School is now Bayes Business School. If you're set on senior leadership or starting your own venture, our executive MBA in Dubai will kickstart your journey. Designed for ambitious, internationally minded professionals, our 20-month program offers flexible part-time study delivered at the DIFC
kilometers. Use the right 3 lanes to exit right to exit 71E11 in direction of Ajman.
So remind
Well, where to start? I think what I've seen more the call to tenants who have been squeezed out by landlords, they don't understand the rights. They've been given a notice which is to vacate the premises. And what they need to be conscious of is that there are 4 basic grounds that a landlord has to evict a tenant. Either he's going to be moving into it himself or a family member of next of kin, first degree. He has to be able to demonstrate in those circumstances that there are no other opportunities or properties that he can move into. If he's going to be selling the property, if he's going to be demolishing the property, or if he's going to be substantially upgrading the property. In each of those scenarios, he has to give 12 months notice. So
Exit right to exit 71E11 in direction of Ajman.
Notice term, and he has to serve that notice by a notary public.
Okay, so that's the law. What's actually happening in practice and what recourse do people have?
Well, I think in practice what we see is that a lot of tenants don't traditionally understand.
In 3.1 kilometers, exit to S117 in direction of Ajman.
Whatever they can get away with. And if you've got landlords, either they're individuals or they're big corporations, it's easy for them to put a bit of pressure on. Most tenants don't ask the question; they just go with the path of least resistance and they find somewhere else. But I think it's important to remember that for social stability and various other reasons, there are laws in place which are designed to protect tenant rights.
But what's the process? If I get this notice from my landlord and presumably the bigger fish in this equation, what can I do?
Well, you can ignore it for a start. You can respond and ask, is this a valid notice? You can reach out to other team calls regularly to ask if the notice is served regularly. At the end of the day, it is the landlord that is going to uphead the apple cart and alter the status quo, which is to effectively remove your so if you're not change.
In 1.5 kilometers, use the right 2 lanes to exit right to S117 in direction of Ajman. Speed camera reported ahead. Exit right to S117 in direction of Ajman. In 200 meters, keep right to S134. Keep right to S134.
As per the law, what we should be doing is serving that notice as the seller to ensure that a buyer is going to get vacant possession on entry. And I think that that's what we've seen, is the catalyst for a lot of these landlords, is that they either want to increase the rents or they may be looking to sell. And obviously they're going to achieve a higher sale value if they have...
In 1.4 kilometers, at the roundabout take the second exit on Amr ibn Allah Street.
How often can a tenant just roll over and do what they're told? I mean, it sounds stressful to try and...
Yeah, I'd say it is. I mean, nobody usually
In
likes
1
to
kilometer,
their life.
at the roundabout take the second exit.
Doesn't want to be involved in a contentious dispute, particularly when you've got a landlord who is maybe corporate or big pigs in town. So, yeah, I think it's better to find an amicable solution between parties, and usually a discussion between the landlord and the tenant will find a solution.
But who decides which way these things should go?
The law tends to
roundabout, take the second exit on Amr ibn al-As Street.
This morning about what happens when your landlord decides that he wants to take the place back. Do get in touch with us this morning, as always, 001 or use Messenger app. We'd love to hear from you.
Take Dubai Eye on travel takes with you anywhere.
Find us on the free ARN Play app.
In 800 meters, at the roundabout, take the second exit on Amr ibn al-As Street.
Live from the UAE talk radio station.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye with Richard Teagan, Randy Scott and Tom Urquhart.
Yeah, very good morning. You are listening to and watching the Business Breakfast live from the PwC Experience Centre here in downtown Dubai. It is Thursday, the 23rd of June, 9 a.m. These are our top stories this hour.
The UAE kicking off free trade talks with the UK and summit in Riyadh.
In 300 meters, at the roundabout, take the second exit.
Right, it's 75% capacity, while Emirates Airline is up to 85%.
Yeah, coming up this morning, huge summer aviation special for you. Emirates seeing record pre-summer bookings. We are going to hear from Steve.
At the roundabout, take the second exit on Amr ibn al-As Street.
Talking of C-suites, we've also got Gates, the Paul Griffiths
And talking high-tech healthcare with PwC's Leader Shahid, looking at the rise of digital doctors. All that's come. First up there, let's find out your top news headlines this morning with the ARN News Centre. Here is Serena Kelly.
Your ARN News.
With Etihad Airways.
Start your summer travel off by checking in online and using Etihad Airways self-service bag drops at Abu Dhabi Airport. Save time to do what you like before your flight. Find out more at Etihad.com. We are the UAE's most trusted source of information, with over 4 million people viewing and listening to our stories nationwide. This is your ARN News.
With Serena Kelly.
More than 400 bicycles and e-scooters have been seized by drivers during a crackdown on reckless riders.
In 700 meters,
Confiscated
at the roundabout, take the second exit on Amr ibn al-As Street.
In the Life area, the violators were all riding in not-designated areas and against the flow of traffic. Many of them were also pulled up for parking their bikes near traffic signposts and light poles. The UAE's Ministry of Health and Prevention is reminding Hajj pilgrims to take appropriate measures that will keep them safe and healthy during their trip. The authority has emphasized the importance of taking all necessary vaccines before traveling to Saudi Arabia. It's also called on pilgrims to stay well hydrated and carry essential medication.
In 300 meters, at the roundabout, take the second exit.
Suffering from chronic conditions, advised to conduct medical checkups before flying out. And in the US, at least 6 people have been killed after a highway in West Virginia.
At the roundabout, take the second exit on Amr ibn al-As Street.
And a rescue crews arrived. Investigation has been
I take sports.
With insurancemarkets.ie.
Roy McIlroy has been had a book captain, describing him as hateful after the packet became the latest players.
In 700 meters, turn right.
The latest shadow to join them, finding the security mafia. Third, players will be given 5 minutes to use an event at St Andrews will be allowed to take part. It means the likes of Mickelson and Lee Westwood, one of the great series, can compete in the 150th staging of the tournament. And the PGA Tour has announced increased prize
In
money
300 meters, turn right.
2024. That's your latest in sports. For more, check out the ARN News Centre.
Save time and money. Only the leading insurance companies. InsuranceMarket.ae, the largest in the UAE. Your car, your health, your life or business. Get everything sorted with super quickness. Call 800 Alfred.
Downtown Dubai.
Turn right.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye on 1.
Live at PwC's Dubai Experience Centre. Imagine, design and build.
In 200 meters,
This is the Business
turn
Breakfast.
right.
Big focus on aviation this morning. We've been speaking to two lights of the aviation industry. We heard from Paul Griffiths earlier on from Dubai Airport's runway. Also heard from Gate, who's CEO of Fly Dubai. Those interviews will be available on Fly's Business Breakfast podcast. Right now, though, Tom, we're going to hear from Adel Al-Reda, who's the
meters. Turn right.
If you compare like for like, I would say we're expecting a higher traffic movement in the summer period compared to the previous summer. I think mainly because that's an extended period for the summer, coinciding with school holidays, coinciding with the Eid break coming soon. So with all of that, we've seen summer break is being extended equally over almost 3 months to come in there, June, July, August, and beginning of September. So definitely a healthier summer in terms of traffic demand compared to the previous summers.
From Adel about the impact rising fuel prices and inflation are having
Turn right.
on their
Then turn left.
The unknown that we have to deal with and manage, of course, with the changes to the fuel prices. We have seen close to about 80-70% changes to the fuel prices from 6 months ago to now. So that is a big cost and representing more than 30% of our operational costs. We need to manage that. We need to manage our currency exchange
Turn
rate
left.
from various
Then turn right.
because some of it are directly impacted by the inflation, by the increase in interest rate and that rate recently. So these are the challenges that are going to be facing us in managing our costs and as a direct impact.
Despite our best efforts to try and find out we did and were able to find out his thoughts, his
Turn right.
Demand continue to grow. We are expanding our frequencies to reach to close as to 100% of our capacity, but that will not happen obviously 2022. We will be operating something to
You've arrived at your destination.
85% of our pre-pandemic capacities. Seat factor is quite healthy and the demand for travel will continue to bound. We are experiencing 85% seat factor. And